Well, I'm just going to start by asking about sort of reconnecting with the character 4. Was that quite an enjoyable task? Was it quite easy to sort of reconnect with someone that you've played before?
Yeah, it was easy, and then it wasn't. You think, in a way, Shay and I both kind of noted this on our first day of filming. You think that it's going to be something that instantly happens, but inevitably you kind of have time off in between, and you play other characters and do other jobs. So coming back to it, there's a little bit of a moment where you have to remember who the hell they are and kind of click back into them. But once you do, it's kind of like muscle memory. But the nice thing about doing a second film is that you get to push the character in a way that you didn't have time to before and explore things that you didn't before.
And is this the first time you've done this, to play a character for a second time?
It is. Yeah. It's the first time I've done it. You're right. So it's kind of new experience. But the good thing is with the books, I guess, based on Veronica's material, is I think they have quite a lot of depth, the characters. So their scope is fairly broad, which allows you to kind of push it where you can.
And was this whole sort of experience a little bit more freeing, in the sense that in the first film you knew that obviously there was a huge, quite expectant fan base out there, and they seemed to really enjoy it. So going into this one, was it a bit more sort of liberating knowing that they do like it and they are on board? Was that?
Yeah, there's definitely liberation in that way. There's also liberation in the sense that the first movie in a franchise, there's always the pressure of launching a franchise. So the second movie, you're a bit more relaxed in the sense of, just generally, I think, of being able to try things that you haven't before. And also there are lessons learned with everyone, whether you're an actor or a producer or whatever it may be. There are lessons to be learned from the first movie which you can take to the second. And one thing that we were very clear about this film is to make it much bigger in every way and try and kind of broaden its scope so that it's just a full-blown action movie, really, a big spectacle movie rather than any specific genre movie in itself.
And of course, those sort of replicating the success of the first is important. Was it quite, obviously there's a change of director, was that quite good for the actors to have a kind of, if having a different director means it's quite a different approach, which keeps things quite fresh and means that it's not going to just be the same thing all over again?
Definitely, yeah. I think even including new actors coming, but yes, you're right, with a new director, adding new energy, whatever that may be, is a useful thing to kind of mix it up. And Robert had a very clear vision and a very good hold on the material from the get-go, so yeah, it was good.
Of course, there's also some new characters, one of which is your mother, played by Naomi Watts.
Mm-hmm.
You must have been quite sort of thrilled when she was cast in that role.
I was, yeah. They had wanted her to play the role from the beginning, really. So her name was banded around, and we were very much hoping that it would become a reality, which obviously it did. And she brings a really unique energy as well, talking about energy, because she plays this kind of powerful, potentially tyrannical figure, but her natural being is one of she's quite ethereal, and there's a gentleness to her. So that juxtaposed with what's behind her eyes, this kind of steel, is really interesting.
And then, of course, we're sort of seeing you in more and more these days. It must be great still for your kind of development that you're always learning from the likes of Naomi, from Kate Winslet, and obviously, you've been in films with Richard Gere coming up soon and stuff. It must be great to work with these kind of experienced, such talented actors to kind of help sort of you learn, I suppose.
Hugely, yeah. And you feel like you learn every single job you do. And, I still feel like I'm like a newbie, really. In every job, you kind of, I always say in a funny way, you finish one job thinking, oh, okay, finally, I've got it. I get it. I've learned what I need to, and then you start a new one, and you realise that you haven't, and you've got a long way to go, which is true of any career, right? But particularly acting, because you're always meeting new people and learning from, as you say, great actors and directors.
And just finally, of course, one actor you are collaborating with soon is Johnny Depp in London Fields. What was it like working alongside him?
Good, yeah. He's very, very good. That film is, in a funny way, in tone, it reminds me of one of his great movies, Fear and Loathing. There's that kind of psychedelic madness to it. But he's excellent, and I'm looking forward to see what the film will be like this year.
Brilliant. Well, thank you so much for your time today. Much appreciated.
Good to see you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey, you guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yes.
Nice.